Hello, my beautiful friends. Welcome back to another video. So let's change it up today. How about a beautiful geode video? For those of you that don't know, I'm also a resin artist, but what I'm doing here is showing you these new wood surfaces I have to pour on. If you are interested in any of these or any specific shape, I need you to email me, artbytammy@yahoo.com. I have finally found somebody that has amazing talent, amazing prices, and is very flexible when it comes to design. If you have something special in mind, what you are seeing here is a 3D geode box. This piece here, what you do is you load your crystals into that, and then you flip that board over, you hot glue it or resin to the back with the crystals already in it, and you pop it back over, start your design on the top, and you're going to end up with a beautiful geode. We're doing this one today in the video, so you know exactly what I'm talking about. Not only does he make those, he makes rounds, squares, triangles, seahorses, whatever you may need. Now, I am not getting paid to promote these or profiting in any way. I am just going to refer you to him if you have any special requests or would like to try one of these beautiful, beautiful pieces of wood. He also makes coasters for geodes, geode-themed coasters, round coasters, whatever you need, he can make it. Now, I have to say this is only for the United States because shipping would just be outrageous outside of the country, but let's get into this project here, and I'll talk about him a little bit more in the video. So I'm showing you some UV resin and a resin light, a UV light, some crystals, gems, everything that you're going to need to make a beautiful geode. Now, the reason why I am using the UV resin is because it's a quick, easy way to affix your crystals and stones. You just plop some of that resin in an area that you want. No mixing, it's just straight out of the bottle. Put your stones in, put your glitter in, whatever floats your boat, and hold the light over the area, and within 30 seconds your stones are set, and there's no fussing with glue or anything like that. This is time-lapse, obviously, but that was 30 seconds, and you can see they're in there. And it's a great way to get those stones in ahead of time without having to wait for glue or resin to dry. So I'm just going to figure out how to attach this one crystal there. I had to put a little more of the resin on, and voila, it's attached. So these boards are really, really something. They're 2 inches thick, sanded beautifully, and the price is just unbelievable. I've bought wood rounds that are more expensive than these boards. I just cannot believe the price. Again, if you're interested, just email me, artbytammy@yahoo.com, and I'll get you in touch with them. And I'm just showing you there how I used some of that UV resin around the rim to attach that. And now I've flipped the board back over, and that's what it looks like inside. And now I'm going to add more crystals to the top of this to cover that area along the edge, but I wanted to do the design first, okay? Meaning I wanted to complete the resin design on the top before I added any more crystals. So I left a part in here. I ended up scraping this idea. I wanted you to see this just to prove that we all make mistakes. I went to go add some more crystals along that area there and said, wait a minute, my board's not painted. I have to paint underneath first. So I ended up wiping these off and using the UV light to dry up that resin that was on the board. But you see, we all make mistakes. So here we go. The next step would be painting your design to kind of get an idea of what colors you want to use in what area. So you take some acrylic paint. It's not only giving you an idea of your design, but it's also prepping that wood for you at the same time. So as you can see, I'm going with a jade / green theme. So just taking some acrylic paint and just painting the areas that I think I'm going to want the darker greens and the golds in. Now, by the end of this video, you're going to see I scraped this whole design, changed my mind only because things started moving weird and I didn't like it, but I wanted to still show you the process. So now we're on to resin. You mix your regular resin up. I use KS resin all the time. It's the best resin. Great qualities, UV resistant, free shipping. The price is phenomenal. And I have a code to save 5% off. That's in the description of this video, along with all the other coupon codes for products. And I'm just applying some clear resin that I mixed some gold glitter into. Now this here is a transparent green powder that I used from COLOURARTE. They also have a resin line. There's the Resin Art colors, the primary elements, but with the Resin Art colors, there's luster colors, there's galaxy diamond colors, and then there's the tints. And this is one of the tints. I will put a list of the colors I used down in the description. So you just kind of follow a pattern. And you keep going until the top of the board is covered. And then once this is dry, we'll move on to the next step of doing the rest of the crystals and a top coat. But as I said, I had to change this design because I put it somewhere that was not level and everything ran to one side. So yeah, that was fun. But anyway, on to the new design, shall we? Okay, so as you can see, my plan totally went out the window and I changed things up. So I took some black resin, covered areas that I did not like. I just wasn't feeling the design. And I did some puddle pours with gold glitter and green glitter. And then as you can see, I'm taking a marker, Posca marker, any type of an acrylic marker will work. And I'm drawing in some lines to add some interest. I'm a lot happier with this design. The other one was just not working for me. You know, sometimes things can be just absolutely beautiful, but if you don't see them that way, it doesn't matter, and you have to be happy with your art. So now I'm just adding a big chunk of real jade that I had, and trying to sketch in some lines there around that area. Just a side note about these markers. If you use a marker, an acrylic marker, and you're not happy with a line, if you get a rag with a little rubbing alcohol on it, it will come right off. It doesn't need to be permanent, but you got to be kind of quick and not let it sit for a while. You could see I added a little bit of gemstones around that jade, and now that's all I'm doing. I'm doing some finishing touches where I'm adding in the stones that I want and making sure everything is ready for the next layer of resin. Now, how many layers of resin you use depends on you. Because I added a couple of more stones and did my lines, I needed to add another layer. But you can literally do one layer of resin with the colors, your colored resin, the stones, let it cure and be done with it if you wanted to. I just think it looks good when the final layer of resin has nothing added to it. It's just a clear coat of resin. Plus, with this situation, you know, I kept changing my mind, and I knew that I was going to do another set of lines on this, so I decided to do that clear coat, let it dry, and then I will do another set of lines on top of areas that I did not like, and it will actually cover them. You won't be able to see them. So, and it also adds a cool 3D effect to the whole thing. So again, I'm just adding some crystals in those little areas that I had penned in and touching things up. We're getting very close to the end here. So now I am extremely happy with this. I did some work off screen because if I were to show every single step, the video would just be obnoxiously long and nobody would watch it. So just remember, you know, make your lines, clean them up. You could always cover up areas with a different color resin that's darker than the area that you do not like. Just be patient with it. This thing changed so much, and I think I have like 6 layers of resin on it, but I am so happy with it now. I put a little bit of glitter in the background there, the black background, and it is just unbelievably stunning. So again, if you're interested in ordering one of these boards or any type of a wood surface from my friend, just give me a holler, artbytammy@yahoo.com, and I will connect you to. Again, it's for United States residents only. Shipping would just be way outrageous for out of the country. I am just in love with this glitter and the sparkles. You can do this with any type of glitter. This is a glitter that I've had, and to be honest with you, it's in bags. I can't remember the name of the company, but any gold glitter will work. It's just, I'm speechless. Those little lightning zaps when the flash hits those areas is just beautiful. I wish I had a better place to film this shot, but the reflection of resin, it's just so hard to film. So I'm going to do one more of these, the other board that you saw, the actual freeform geode shape, and then I have a bunch of new videos coming out. If you aren't subscribed, would you please consider subscribing? I'm trying to move my channel up in the world and catch up with everybody else. So it's right next to the title of the video. You'll see a word subscribe. And if you click on that, you're a subscriber. Until next time, my friends, happy pouring.